Welcome back, and we're about to jump on into our second segment, entertainment at its best here. Belize will be playing in a 3-day competition. It's actually going to be held right here at home in Belize. It's actually the Cocaba Regional Championship. And of course, the winner of this one will go to the Americup. So they're actually stepping up the levels. But in to tell us more about the team, we actually have the team coach, Milton Palacio. And he's joined on the set by Devin, Daly. And he's also joined on the set by, I'm trying to get his name, Glency, Lopez. And these guys are national team players right here. I like the shirts too. Guys, welcome. It's a Friday. It is a fun Friday.
Thanks.
So how you feeling? What's the morning like for you? We're getting ready. We're getting set. Talk to me.
It's good. I think everybody's excited. Having these guys coming in practice, and we had a couple of days of tryouts, and now we're just trying to get our team together. We'll have one more cut probably Sunday, and then we'll get rolling Monday and get ready for Friday.
So what is the Cocaba? We're talking here Cocaba Championships, which is of course going to be held here. There'll be 3 teams: Belize, El Salvador, and Costa Rica. We know that Costa Rica is a giant. These teams are big teams.
Yeah.
What is the significance of this tournament?
The significance is that it's I think Mexico and Panama, they already qualified for the tournament going to Colombia. So the teams that come out of this tournament will automatically qualify. So then next year we'll go to Colombia. So this is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is huge.
So you don't have your final team yet?
I don't, not yet. We have a couple guys coming in from the States, flying in. But right now we're working out with the guys that are here, and we have some really good talent that's here right now.
Yeah. Now, Milton, stepping into the role as coach for the players in Belize, and we can all remember watching you at CARICOM games and seeing your own career as well. What's it like trying to get these guys prepared, not just in terms of their skills in playing basketball, but also overcoming the pressure that it takes to perform for your country?
For me, I think I try to take the pressure off those guys.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is trying to let them relax and cracking jokes here and there, and just trying to prepare them with repetition.
Yeah.
And, every day coming in with something, trying to do the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Playing for a guy like Coach Sloan in Utah, we had drills that we did every single day, and he didn't have to say anything. It was like, oh, here we go again. But we were so good at what we did because of repetition. And that's some things that I'm trying to get to them. But I try to take the pressure off them and just let them play basketball and have fun. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. You got to have fun doing what you do.
One of the things that you mentioned that sticks out to me is repetition. From playing in teams, all we did once was just running up and down the court, doing drills.
Yeah.
We never shoot.
Yeah.
We never practice free throws. When in reality, that's how you make some buckets. And then defensively, that's how you win the game if you play some good defense.
Yeah.
Now, what is it like, especially with your professionalism, as you've been at the highest standard in terms of basketball? What is it like with you and these guys? Are we doing these things?
We are, and I think that's one of the eye-openers that these guys get, and they'll tell you that a lot of shooting drills that I do, I put the expectation high. We have a drill, a 3-minute drill that they'll let you know about, and 3 minutes is make 90 shots. And the first time I said it, they all looked at me like, come on, coach, we can't do that. But you have to set your goals high, and me coaching with the Cleveland Cavaliers last two summers, I told them they did it. They had like 110 in 3 minutes, and our guys kind of struggled with that. But I think that's the biggest downfall of Belize, is that we're always known to just run up and down and be fast athletes, but not to shoot. Yeah. So we do a lot of, and like I said, they'll attest to that. We do a lot of shooting drills. I want them to shoot. Like, we have practice today, 10 o'clock. Our morning practice is all shooting for me. And I want them to score the ball, because I think the more confidence you get in shooting the ball, the more you'll have it during the game.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So Devin and Glency, tell us about your experience so far. Devin?
Well, this is my first time playing on a national team, first time meeting the coach. And, for me, that was a humbling experience. I just, come in every day and try get as much knowledge I could. When I think about Belize basketball at the international level, coach had I say, who you look up to when it comes to that. So, now a real humbling experience, and I just learn every day, and, just excited for be a part of the team and be very motivated right now.
Nice. Glency?
And this is my second time for the national team. It a good experience. I learned a lot. And I still go up. And for have a coach, it really tough because I really want to learn a lot of things.
What stood out for you most? You've got Devin. You're a professional baller as well. You play where?
Denmark.
So he plays all the way in Denmark. So this guy, that's what you do for a living. And for you, you do the same? There you go. No, that's the difference that I wanted to show here. What is it like for you? Is it much pressure knowing that he's a professional, you want to make the team, and then there's some other guys coming in, right?
Yes.
What is it like for you playing amongst your peers?
It's good, but I have to work on it too. Because my game is, I can't just watch his part. I have to do my part too. Right? Easy. My role different.
Yeah.
What position do you play?
I play point.
And for you, D?
Shoot.
So you made the 19 3 minutes? You made the 19 3 minutes?
No. Still working on
there?
that. Yeah, still working on that.
So Milton, tell us about the pool of talent that's come out for the tryout.
The pool of talent was pretty good. It was for me. It was an eye opener. I think the biggest eye opener was just the IQ of just trying to get these guys to do little things like screen downs, pin downs, pick and rolls. And some of them have never heard this before.
Yeah.
So the terminologies, and I'm sure these guys it's a little different. I told them, I said, it's going to be different. And I'm throwing a lot of stuff at them because I want them to play and learn at the same time. And I want them to think. And I feel like the only way you can be a good basketball player is if you know how to think and play at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think what's really helped Coupe, and I thought it helped him this year, and I saw him play with the Hurricanes, look, he's gotten so much better from the first time that I saw him because he was learning a lot of terminologies, and I'm sure the game probably got a little easier for him in the season of the little tricks that I try. And he's a point guard, so it was easy for me to kind of relate to him to try to help him to see what's going on. But the pool was pretty good. The talent was pretty good. It was just, I thought the IQ level was kind of tough, but it's just these guys learning.
So you've had people come on tryout from Belize, but you're also recruiting from Belizeans who are playing abroad.
Yes.
Tell us about your recruits.
The recruits is, I think the biggest is Charles Garcia, and I think we were trying to get him back in a couple years ago when he was at his prime playing with the Austin Spurs, the G League team of the Spurs. And he's ready. He's coming in Monday. We have Jared Chatham, I think. He's playing for Central Arkansas, the same school Scottie Pippen went to. Wow. And he redshirted, so he'll be coming in. These are big guys. We just need a couple big guys because right now we're guard heavy. I think at the tryouts, I think I was the second tallest person in the gym, so it was kind of tough. But we're gonna have some big guys coming in, and Kurt Burgess, he's gonna be, one of the guys to help us out too. But it's gonna be fun. I mean, once we can get the whole team in, I think it's gonna be good, with the system we have in.
Now, one of the things that Belizeans are very wary of is the limited time that the team has together.
Yeah.
And it's always a challenge because we need to develop players from a very young age. And a lot of our players, Glency, you work, all right, but many people do have jobs and they have to they have to play basketball part-time. And it's very hard to divide it becomes a hobby more than anything else. How do you feel about the limited time that you have with the guys and how that will adequately prepare us to go into the competition?
You know what? I think that for me as a coach, I think you never have enough time. So regardless if we had a month, 3 weeks, or 4 days, but it's tough because we're kind of one of the countries that guys do work and then have to come to the gym. I mean, we're fortunate enough to have Devin where he plays in Europe. But even the local guys, it's hard to get off, to work and hard to get that pass off of work.
So they don't get time off from work to be a part of the national team?
We send out letters to the jobs to let them know, hey, we have 2 weeks of work. But I try to go 2 a days where I can get a lot of practices in and just try to teach and learn and get guys up to speed. Yeah. And I think that's part of, like I said, the professionalism that I try to bring in is that you got to learn on the fly. You have to learn. I mean, I remember and I always tell these guys, my experiences, my rookie year, playing with Vancouver. I mean, they threw 7-8 plays at me in one day, and I just have to, try to get it and watch Mike Bibby and say, listen, this is my job. This is something I have to do. So I try to prepare them that this is a job for them.
Yeah.
And I think they're accessible to that.
And Devin, how do you work with the other guys to kind of have them understand that as well, that this is your full-time job at this point?
I mean, any chance I get, I just try to lead by example. But when it comes to the time for prepare for the upcoming tournament, or some guys will work and some guys don't work, you know, whatever the results may be, I mean, there's just no excuses, you know. We have to just get the time that we have and bring it to the table. You know, we have 2 hours a morning, 2 hours a night. You know, you go hard for the 2 hours, you get in some extra work, whether it be lifting, extra conditioning, and just time for hoop.
So what do we know about because this is a big deal.
Yeah.
If we should come out of this, we're actually going into bigger places, which of course means scouts, and you could actually go elsewhere. What do we know about our competition coming in?
Well, the last tournament, both teams were in our tournament in Nicaragua. So when these guys were at the hotel hanging out, myself and Darren Bov is our assistant coach. Okay. We went back to the gym and we scouted these guys. So we were writing down plays and knowing everything. Me, I always talk to them, and I'm sure they're tired of hearing it, but I'm an attention to detail type of guy. And I always want to scout. I always want to give them the upper hand. And they had, you know, asking Cooper, they had scout reports of what each player wants to do and what he likes to do and what they're going to run. Now, maybe they looked at it, maybe they didn't, but I always wanted to prepare them for that. So we went to the gym and we watched the other teams and we scouted them pretty well. Now, they may bring a whole nother team, but we're going to prepare as if, because I'm sure they won't change their sets too much. So it'll just be the pawns that they're going to move around, but we'll be prepared.
The next thing that strikes me is that we're actually at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to represent to the best of our ability. What is that like for you, Glency?
I don't used to it.
Is it added motivation or added pressure?
For me, no motivation.
Motivation.
Yeah. You said your first time on the national team.
Yeah.
Your first time on the national team. Now you're playing against other countries. What's the mindset at this particular point? What do you hope to bring into it?
Kill more defense. I mean, for me, I mean, it's much bigger than me, you know, Cooper, the coach, the country, and, you know, that's an opportunity whereby you put on your jersey and you get to represent Belize. Like, for me, like, in our college, like, we never had names on the back of our jersey. Our coaches always say, you know, you have to play for the front of your jersey versus what they're behind, you know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I mean, I had to play for Belize, and I want you to represent Belize, our culture, you know, our ways, everything.
Nice. What's our first game? Our first game is going to be next Friday, right?
Yes.
And who do we play?
El Salvador.
Sweet.
So who are we looking at closely? Costa Rica?
Or El Salvador?
We can't overlook any of them. I think if we overlook Costa Rica is going to be a big game, and I think that's going to be tough. But if we overlook them and if we overlook El Salvador, look at Costa Rica, I think we're setting ourselves up. We're going to look at El Salvador. We're going to be
We have
keyed
great
in.
World Cup lessons on that, right?
Yes, yeah. You know, Germany, won it last year, didn't even get out of pool play, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so we're not going to look past El Salvador. We're going to prepare for them.
Yeah.
And then we'll take, you know, and then that Saturday we'll practice and we'll go to the gym and watch both of those teams play and get ready for them. But we're excited. You know, I mean, I don't really show it too much, but I know these guys are excited and they're ready to get after it.
So we know that Guatemala, Nicaragua, I think Honduras, these guys are not able to come here. So we're only playing this triangular.
Yeah.
Does it give us a better chance to move on? Is it that if we should win probably 2 games and lose, we're playing 3 games, right? No, we're playing 2 games.
We're playing 2.
We're playing Friday and Sunday.
Yes.
So if we should win 1 and lose 1, what happens then?
That's up in the air. And I think you go by points. So we can't, you know, regardless if we're up at any point of the games, you know, you can't kind of put your bench in and kind of clear try to let everybody play. You got to, you know, keep your foot on the pedal.
Yeah.
So then that goes by points. So that's one thing that we have to look at. But, you know, we don't want to put ourselves in that position.
Wow.
We're going out, our mindset is to go out and win 2 games.
Nice.
So what's it like for this last stretch when you're going to be training with the team? And I wanted to ask you something, Devin. I remember we've been following your career the whole while, and I remember you coming one time and speaking about the difference in the discipline from diet to sleep to exercise. How's it going with the team in understanding the holistic part of training?
Well, I think coach do a very good job at that, at bringing a level of professionalism and urging guys for be having that laser-like focus. And I think everybody to mimic his ways and they get on board. So I think in terms of that professionalism, the diet, they coming in and working and jogging from drills to drills and stuff like that. I think everybody don't really want to get on the line anymore.
Sound like you're a tough coach.
You know what? I maybe. I mean, you have to ask them. But I just, like I said, it's just.
Is he a tough coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good, right? Yeah.
But that's one of the things that I wanted to jump on into as well, Milt, because Belizeans must know the folks now, or the generation now that's looking on TV might not know exactly who you are. So let's get back to the teams that you played for, and what was that like for you and the expertise that you're bringing from there here?
Started off in Vancouver, and then went to Boston and played in Cleveland, Toronto, and Utah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So just I think I bring in a lot of experience of how to play on the highest level. But at the same time, just trying to teach these guys how hard it is to get there.
Yeah.
Because I always say it's harder to stay than it is to get there.
Yeah.
Because you got so much younger kids coming in every year. They go and recruit these kids and trying to draft these kids. So it's always working on your game. We do little drills in practice, and they might not think they may think it's a little like, oh, here we go again. But I'm thinking it's try to help you work on your game.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing I try to do. And, I have to commend these guys. I came into practice yesterday about 10 minutes before practice started, and they were by themselves, and they were running plays and trying to get things done. And that didn't happen before. That's never, even when I was on the national team, we walked into practice, we were like, oh, here we go. But these guys are already warmed up. They're trying to run through plays, trying to remember the stuff that I'm running. And it's a credit to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are our strengths going into the tournament?
I think our strengths are speed. This kid on the far left, very, very good, very fast, and Devin with shooting. And I think our speed and Charles Garcia with the talent level of just making plays. I think that's going to be seeing other teams. We're going to be able to make plays. We're going to be able to. If something breaks down, I can trust these guys to make a play. With Charlie Burgess, of course, coming in, and he can make a play. And I was a defensive guy, so we're going to hang our hat on defense. And definitely with Devin, I love that he loves to get after it.
Yeah.
And I think once you learn how to get after defensively, your offense will come.
Nice. I like that. And I also wanted to jump to you, D. Reason being is because, like Marlene mentioned, we've been watching you and following you since then.
Since
SJC. Where all did you stop? Where were your stops to where you are now?
Well, when I left SJC, I'm gone over to Michigan and played at Lake Superior State. And right after Lake Superior State, I'm gone over to Denmark for 2 years. And so, before Lake Superior State, we gonna play the King James AAU for a weekend. So I'm right from the AAU to college to pro.
Nice. What made you so successful in terms of getting that contract to go to Denmark?
Much credit to my teammates and the coaches that Lake Superior State, they set me up for, I had, good numbers for get recruited by an agent. So,
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. How old are you, Glenn?
20.
20 years old. Look for this boy, I swear. And what's your hopes in terms of basketball? What are your hopes?
Well, my hopes are just, I don't want to be like Devin. I just want to be like Devin.
Is there an NBA player you model your game from?
Yeah. I do it with.
So next time I ask you that question, you say, I will be like that, right? But one of the things, and we've seen it with NEBL, and I love it, there's so many young kids who are in different basketball camps and sports programs, and now they have, and it hasn't been for a long time, players to look up to. You guys who were in NEBL, obviously, Milt, you've been known for such a long time. When you see these kids who love this game, then we don't have the sports program to keep them training in between. What do you say to them so that they can be able to live up to their own hoop dreams?
The biggest thing is kind of looking the route he went.
Yeah.
You know, just getting the sports camps with, you know, I think Roscoe does a thing on the weekend.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is just you don't need to. I think I'm such old school, and I was go in the backyard 2-3 hours by myself and just playing and just trying to, you know, develop my game, and get better. So I don't think it's I tell guys now, it's no magic wand. I don't think it's a secret to anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. And I was that type of guy, and that's why I can appreciate these guys. And one thing, you know, Coupe, he's a little quiet, but on the in the bus and traveling, he talks a lot.
And when you have the kids coming up to you after the games, what do you tell them?
Huh?
When you see the kids who know you from playing basketball?
Let's go and take picture.
What would you say to them if they want to be like you when they get older?
You gotta work on it.
Yeah.
Gotta work what you want.
Work hard. Hard work definitely pays off, guys.
And you, Devin?
I always try to tell them I have a contingency plan. You know, there's basketball as a pro, you're going to play for so long, so you need to have a plan B. So that, you know, just hang your hat on, you know, basketball, and you know the money where you make for that 10 years or 12 years or where you hoop.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I'll tell you what, we know this much that tickets go on sale this coming Monday.
Okay.
And folks, you could get those tickets right there at the Belize Civic Center box office. They are very reasonable. They're going for $20 general admission. You get, I think, $60 and you get floor seat, you know, right there on the court, like right there seeing these guys. And it's about $35 or $40 right there at the VIP as well. So very, very reasonable. And this is definitely the time that we come on out to actually give these guys that additional energy that they need. I always say the best thing in anything that you do, the final ingredient, is the love that you get from your people.
Word.
And the only way we're going to climb this mountain is if all of us come on out and support these guys.
Milton, when do we get the introduction of the team and the announcement of the starting lineup?
I think we get that maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. We're having a press conference.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're having a press conference, and we'll take a couple guys with us, and then we'll introduce everybody. We'll have the full roster, and everybody be here.
See those jerseys?
Yeah, the jerseys are on the way.
Definitely.
The jerseys are already in, so we got it. You know, we're going to keep those under wraps for a little bit.
Of course. That's part of the reveal.
Oh, for sure. And,
That's
But we also know that there'll be shirts on sale as well. T-shirts will be on sale. There'll be, I think, some vuvuzelas and all that.
Yeah.
So they'll definitely, it's going to be
we don't need
decked
that.
out.
We got Garifuna drawn.
that was the best. I think that was the
She's
best.
right.
Yeah, that was the
She
best
is right.
in CARICOM. I think that was the best time that I had.
Yep.
The drums were there, and it was, that place was rocking. So come back out, and everybody come just support. I think it's good for the country. I think it's good for the country, and it's exciting for these guys because you'll see some very, very good talent on the floor.
Definitely.
We are looking forward to it. And best of luck. We know you're working hard, but continue working hard. And Milton, don't lighten up on them. They seem to like the hard, the tough coaching. And of course, we'll be looking out for the announcement of the final team. And definitely get your tickets. The game is on a Friday night and Sunday night. You can't talk about work, anything. You have no excuse. Just be there.
Friday at 9 p.m. and on Sunday at 7 p.m. Right?
Yes.
Excellent. Wow.
Thank you, guys. Anything you'd like to say before we close?
Come on out.
That's it. Come on out. Come enjoy yourself, and just get behind us, and come cheer these guys on.
Excuse me. Let's get it.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll be learning defensive maneuvers for personal safety. So stay tuned.